So I was recently impersonated in my comment section by a fake account telling people to message you on Telegram for something special. Now that's crazy because I am in a very small niche of rollerblading and I'm a very small channel. I didn't think this would ever happen. When I exposed this as a fake account, I shared it all over in a bunch of community posts. A lot of people were kind of saying like, this is just like Darwinism. Like, how could anyone fall for this? I wanted to make this video to show you how people can fall for this and to hopefully stop it from happening as much. So what I did is I reached out to them myself. I took a while to get around to reaching out to them. Actually, by the time I went to message them, they'd already changed their account to a new channel. It was the Tech Chap. Hopefully I saved them by messaging, but yeah, I had a different picture, different name. But when I messaged them saying, hey, Brandon, what's the special surprise I've got, right? It took a couple, like 3 days, and they changed the account back to me with my picture and with the name Brandon Drummond, but now Brandon Drummond won because I claimed the actual Brandon Drummond when they got rid of it, hoping that could maybe slow down the scams in the future, but I don't think it's going to help. But anyway, he got back to me and he said, welcome. How can I help you among my short list of winners? If you're amongst my winners list, send me a screenshot of my reply on your comment. This is really hard to read, by the way. But yeah, I sent him a screenshot of one of the people in my comment section. Shout out to Jankin. Shout out to Jankin. He replied by saying, wow, congrats, dude. How long have you been watching me? Now, I was debating here to say that I haven't even been watching. Like, it's the first time I ever commented to see if anything would happen. But I did want to make this video, so I didn't risk it. Instead, just said I've only been watching for a month. And he got a generic response of, wow, thank you for watching and commenting on my YouTube channel. Congrats. Onesie again. He keeps saying this onesie again. I don't know who told him that's how you say that, but it's definitely, I don't think it's a typo because he does it more than once. You're on a short list to win or whatever. And here's what I won, right? He says I won an iPhone 13 Pro and a PS5. Bro, if I had a fucking PS5 to give away, dude, I fucking wish I had a PS5 to give away, man. I've been wanting the PS5 since the day it came out. There's no hope of me ever getting it, dude. If I would not be giving it away, okay? Just for the record, I would have it for myself. And I'm also, I'm on Android, so fuck iPhones. Anyway, I said, wow, that's so cool. Thanks so much. And he said, this are your package. Excited to reach you at your location. Once again, red flags, broken English. But, you know, if you're winning an PS5 and an iPhone, maybe you're just going to look past these red flags and know it can happen. I then said, I've been wanting one. Should I give you my address? And he said, to come your price. Okay, more broken English. Thanks for subscribing. Send your email address so we can start the paperwork. Congratulations, onesie gain. Again, onesie gain. Let me forward your details to my delivery agent. So I gave him one of my old emails I don't use. I don't know why he asked for my email. I've seen this scam before. A few other people have broken it down. I don't think he asked for an email. It's really weird. He probably just sold it to someone. But anyway, the people that scam bait this give it a bit too much grace for how good it is. Because I mean, I'm messaging him from my account called @BrandonDrummond. My name is Brandon. I did a screenshot that's on a desktop. I also messaged him while it wasn't even the Brandon Drummond account. So there's so many reasons for him to not believe that I'm actually falling for this, but he still goes for it. I swear to God, they don't look at anything you say, okay? They're just there. They're just going to go along with anything you fucking put, and I'd love someone to test it out. He then said, all right, you have to pay the shipping fee, and this is this part of the scam, okay? They're going to give you something free, but then charge you for shipping, which for the record, I would never do. I live in New Zealand and the shipping is a huge cost. I can even tell I did give away the video he commented on. I was giving away some USD skates. It cost me a fuckload of money to ship those to the winner, but I will never ever ask you to pay for shipping for this exact reason. It opens you up to scams. If I'm ever doing that, just don't believe it or really try to get proof from me. Like, make me send a video saying your name with today's newspaper, something like that, okay? But anyway, just in case for future proofing, you know? He then says, sends me a list of like prices here of like options for delivery. Keep in mind, he's never asked me for an address right now. He has no idea where I live, which once again, you'd probably be saying, how does anyone fall for this? I'll get to it, okay? He obviously doesn't have great English because he doesn't really answer any questions I have. He just kind of really gets on the defense because I asked the simple question of like, I said like, can I do DHL? And I don't know, he didn't seem to understand. I asked also if the iPhone will work with US carriers because I mean, if you were winning from me, you're probably wondering that since I'm a New Zealander. If I gave you a phone, it probably wouldn't work, you know? But anyway, yeah, he kind of just ignored that. He said it will work no matter where I am. I don't need to panic. And I just said, I'll go with the FedEx. The main thing I wanted to do here was get some of their mule accounts to report. That's the big thing I wanted to do here. So I went along. He said that he made sure I understood that I had to pay for it. He asked what method. I said PayPal. And I said, hold up a sec. And then he came back with this PayPal email, which I have since reported. And I think this is the best thing you can do if you ever run into these scams. One, waste their time as much as you can. Two, get one of their mule accounts and report it. It's pretty hard to report an account, I've learned, though, for PayPal. They don't have a way to do it unless you've been scammed, which sucks. But anyway, they tell you to send it as a family and friends under the impression that it'll like save fees or whatever. But what they're actually doing is making it so you can't, it's not protected by PayPal when you do it that way. You can't back charge it. The money will be gone when you don't get this price. You're just scammed. There's nothing you can do. So don't do it, okay? He then just randomly said hey to me. I'm asking for a screenshot, and I just like clarified. I asked about the email address. I was like, why the fuck would Brandon Drummond have this weird email address like this for a PayPal? And I was asking if it was him, and he said, you can trust me, okay? You are making a payment to a shipping company, so your package will be delivered to your location successfully. So here's where I tried to do the old bait that I got from Pleasant Green, where you go to grabify.com, you make a redirecting link that also tracks anyone who clicks on it, and you can give it the name screenshot. Now, this is where I ran into problems because he was very, very hesitant to click on a link. I think he's fallen for this shit before. He just kept wanting me to, instead of sending this link, he wanted me to send a screenshot, right? He really wanted me to send a screenshot. I was trying to think of ways to trick him into clicking it, but he just wouldn't do it, man. And then he just said I need to send him a photo, so I kept trying to tell him that I've got the screenshot on my PC, so I have to send a link. I don't know. I was really trying to justify it. And he kept getting mad. He's like, send the photo. And I kept sending the link. And he's like, man, just open the link and send me the photo. So I instead went on to Photoshop and I really got a PayPal screenshot here, really lowered the resolution and really stretched it out so I have a mega wide monitor, right? And told him that the reason I'm sending it as an upload is because my monitor's too shit. That's the only way I can do it, right? And it worked. He clicked on the link, and this is where we work out the fact that he is definitely located in Nigeria. As you can guess, not in New Zealand. I mean, I don't know why I'm even doing this because, I mean, it's me. I'm me. He's pretending to be me. So I know he's not in New Zealand, you know? But yeah, we got him the old Pleasant Green way. Okay, we got his IP. We got his thing. So yeah, now this is the part of the scam baiting video where other people would send a picture of themselves to the scammer to be like, look, the person you're impersonating is actually talking to you right now. And the scammer's gonna be like, oh my God, well, how could this happen? Have a crazy reaction. That has never happened. And that is because the scammers are not that onto it. They have done zero research onto the people that they're scamming or the people they're impersonating here. They are just pretending to be anyone. They're being as generic as possible and they've done nothing about it. They're hitting every channel they possibly can. You still might be thinking like, how could people miss this many red flags and really think they're going to be getting a PS5 out of this? It can happen to anyone. You really need to think of it like that. It doesn't just happen to old people. It doesn't just happen to like dumb people like you're thinking. It happens to absolutely everyone. You've just got to get hit with this at the right time, or at a time when you're busy, or just when you're stressed, or when you're just not thinking straight. And you could very easily go down the hole and commit to it. Like, I mean, I was actually doing a giveaway on the comments here. And I wouldn't blame anyone for falling for it, especially because I am not a good speller. I definitely have typed things very similar to this publicly in the past. And you would know that if you've watched this channel, let alone the names and other things I've mispronounced over the years. It's part of me. So it's probably not a red flag at that point. But a big example of how it's possible for anyone to fall for it is the YouTube channel Jim Browning. And this is a guy who actively hunts down scammers for a living. They got to him. So that shows that, you know, no one is above it. No one is safe from it. Thinking that you are safe from it and thinking that the people that fall for it are dumb, it makes you vulnerable to this because you have too much confidence. You should be a lot more scared of this. You should be more hesitant to be thinking like that. And another reason you should be hesitant to be saying only dumb people fall for this is the fact that that helps the scammers. When you talk like that, it makes the people who have fallen for it ashamed to come out about it, which means they won't even report it, which means the scammers just got that money with no fight at all, and they won't talk about it, which means less people hear about these scams. It makes it easier for people to fall for them, and overall, it's just a really bad thing in general, and you should not talk about scams like that. Don't go in it too confident, you know. It could happen to you one day, and it probably will. The other really important thing about this is to realize that the scammers are human beings. They aren't just these evil, complete waste of space, piece of shit people. They are always victims of this situation. Like this guy here, I think he's just, I get the vibe he's just one dude doing this in his house somewhere. And as he probably sees this as the only way to earn money and like feed his family or something, you know. And it's a shame because obviously, as you can see, he has the skills. He's scamming people, and it's not even his first language. And he's convincing enough people for us to be obviously his job, which he could get a real job. That's more skills than I have, you know. But yeah, it's really important to realize that, you know, they are redeemable, and I hope they see that as well in themselves. They don't have to be like this. And a lot of them are actually even tricked into the job they're in right now, especially the call center ones. Like maybe they see this job that seems really good, they take it and don't question it too much. And before they know it, they're in working on a scam, and that's the only way they can pay their bills, you know. And the way I learned that is through this video I'll link you to here by Kit Boga, where he got to have a very genuine conversation with one of these scammers about how he ended up where he is. And it was very, very sad to hear about. And it makes you think about this differently. You know, no human out there is 100% evil, except for maybe like Hitler or someone. And I also link you to Pleasant Green's videos. He was the main inspiration behind me even making this. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I hope you never get scammed. Appreciate you. Go for a skate.